Hi, I'm Zach Stewart.
Laura Hotchkiss.
And I'm Daniel Kvoras. On this podcast, we improvise in character as hosts of a morning radio show in a fictional country called the Driftwood Isles.
Everything we say is made up, and none of the events, people, or places are real.
It's that simple. Now enjoy this episode of Good Morning Driftwood.
And here we are once again. It's your three favorite people, if we ignore the polling that was recently done about the personalities on the station. We're cool about it. We're fine. We're fine and we're not thinking about it.
I don't know why we made those poll results public. Could have totally kept those internal.
No, really interesting. Really interesting. Who you think your friends are when you think your friends are a whole nation of people. Anyway.
Maybe it's one-sided. Maybe, sometimes the person you think is your best friend doesn't feel the same way.
I am glad.
I think the entire country is my best friend, and clearly not reciprocated.
And sample sizes are, that's like a little scientific quirk. I'm sure if we went to every single person, it would be different.
Sure.
Well,
Well,
anyway,
the 4 million people that they did ask probably just not represented.
For the record, I don't know if you guys noticed, this was not anonymous. We have the names of everyone and how they voted.
I'm glad. I'm very glad for that.
Yeah.
And they should be expecting to hear from us.
Yeah.
Very soon. Very soon.
We are...
Oh, yeah. We should probably introduce ourselves. I mean, it's crazy because everyone's listening in, but if we're not their favorite, they might.
That's true. I mean, they should know who we are. They should be considering,
Yeah. I'm Penelope, or I believe as one pollist, one respondee being the word, as one respondee put it, her, joining me in the studio as always are, he seems confident, as someone put it, Dirk.
Hi. I'm not overly confident. I'm a rational amount of confident.
And is he okay? Bench.
Rarely.
Bench knows himself.
I
feel like Bench has a very solid sense of himself and his standing in the world.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm confident like Dirk.
I wouldn't say that either.
I know. Neither would I. Neither would anyone, apparently. I would say I'm comfortable in my skin.
Which feels nicer, to be honest.
Is it?
I'd rather be comfortable than confident.
Are you? Would you?
I'm very confident.
You
I'm
are?
never comfortable.
No, but you sit on chairs weird.
It's a hip thing.
Yeah, you could be more comfortable, I think, if you just embraced comfort.
Yeah, but I like
every
it.
time you're
I like a dance. I
So
like to
many-
sway. I like to move.
So many of the things in the poll that people had issues with you keep writing off as it's a hip thing.
Yeah.
And you use it so broadly that I'm not sure what you mean.
Well, there's people ask why does he walk like that? It's a hip thing.
But
They
then
say,
people
why did
ask-
he make that noise?
Yeah.
It's a hip thing. I'm reacting to my hips.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought in
They
that
say how he
instance-
moved like that. I say it's a hip thing. That one is a positive one because
Why?
it was someone on the street. They're like, how he moved like that.
People are like,
And I was
what that bot do?
They say that too. One
Yeah.
time someone said that. I felt that was the best day. Oh, I was floating on air that day.
It's a hip thing.
It's a hip thing. I'm smiling now.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It's nice.
Thinking about your own hip.
Yeah.
It's just the fact it's one half of your hip. Isn't that weird with hips? We pluralize it and then it's it's never
Elaborate
hips are
on
bad.
this?
Yeah, say
It's
more.
you're never oh, I have a bad hips. You're I have a bad hip, but it's also your hips. It's weird that,
That's true.
yeah,
I guess in my mind, each side is a hip.
yeah.
And
Together
they
make
are,
hips.
even though it is one bone.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not it's two things glued
But it
together in the
is-
middle.
It is. Isn't it one bone? But it is there's two sides of it.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
there's two sides of every bone, technically.
But if you say
look
I
at
have
it
a
from a
coin,
different
If you say I
viewpoint.
have a hip problem, could be that whole damn thing,
Yeah.
as
Could be.
opposed to just one end of it.
Much like stories, there are two sides to every hip.
Oh,
Wow.
there are layers to that.
Or layers.
Our national poet. And can you believe that people criticize your metaphorical prowess so
They don't
harshly?
understand.
Returns of phrase. Congratulations on that, by the way, becoming the national poet.
Oh, I didn't even know I was in for it. It just happened.
You're just
happened.
appointed.
Yeah. They were like
Mayor James Volvo.
Yeah.
Who also,
who again
we
is
should
a
say,
dog
and won the got the highest ranking, and he's not
People
a regular
love-
member of this show.
Great
People
guy.
love Mayor James
Yeah.
Volvo.
Yeah.
Again, Cocker Spaniel.
Mhm.
But he's a great leader, phenomenal
is.
leader.
Yeah.
And you got some. What form did this notice take? Was it a letter?
Oh no, they
Was
sent
it a person who came to you?
with the horn. Yeah.
A horn?
Yeah. They blow the
French
horn
horn?
outside your door. Yeah.
Was it a French? I hope it wasn't a French horn.
Was it?
I'm saying
What kind
French
of horn
horn.
was
I
it?
think I mean bugle.
Is that the one that's just a
Is that a
tube,
Like, isn't like a three?
like a vuvuzela,
Isn't
like
that
an
a
old timey
snack?
vuvuzela?
Doesn't
That's a snack, isn't it?
a bugle?
A bugle?
It's
Yeah.
also a podcast, I think.
Bugle.
Is it?
So what a rich history with that word. So
Yeah.
many different things.
What a
Doesn't
journey
it
we went
sound
on just
good
now.
to
Mm.
say
Bugle?
bugle?
It's fun.
It's like
So-
a good mix of letters creating one nice. See, this is why I'm a poet person.
Because you dissect things.
Because
in such an
I
interesting way.
understand the beauty of a word like
Mm,
bugle.
it's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous
Like if you
word.
were to spell
Bugle.
bugle,
Bugle.
you wouldn't spell it the way you see it.
If I were
You
to
mean how
spell-
you would see the object or how you would see
Yeah.
How
the
you
letters?
would see the letters.
You wouldn't spell it how you would see.
Wait, what
But
are
if
you
you
saying?
could see the
you'd
letters,
spell it
Then you'd spell it that
BEW,
way.
and then you say GUL.
Oh, you would spell it. How you would pronounce it is
Bugle?
Beugul
Mm-hmm.
when it's actually spelled.
BUGEL. BUGLE.
Okay, one of those is
One
right.
of those
You're
has
not
to
but
be
it's
right.
national
different than
writer.
how you would.
Oh.
No,
So you're not on
Poetry.
test for this.
dictated but not
Poetry,
read
yeah.
is how Penelope's poems always
And is
end.
All of them are voice to text.
Yes.
And is the name
Voice notes is her preferred medium.
dictated, not written, was the name of my first book.
Mm. Ooh,
It had
There are
so many
layers to
run-on
that.
sentences.
But also because
book.
I was
very colloquial.
because I wrote it when I was like 2 years old as well. It was who's writing then? You know, who's writing for
It was
words?
a lot of It was run on sentences because you did not understand
No.
grammar.
No.
Yeah, which is fair.
full stops and commas. When they really introduced those in my life, I was like,
That threw you.
oh, interesting.
Mm.
Strange.
But you just
You
use them as pauses to
Yes.
shift your
Mm.
the direction of your work.
I
your
like
poems.
to take a sip of water during a comma sometimes.
Take a sip of water.
Yeah.
Oh, you luxuriate in a
A
comma.
yeah.
Mm.
I can't remember who told me this, but they were like, you could take longer pauses on commas. And I went, oh,
Was it? Wait,
perfect. So sometimes I'll just nip to the shops.
was that your neurologist
During
though
a-
talking about that one time you went into a coma?
No,
Oh,
they,
okay.
if anything, wanted me out of that quicker. It was weird.
Okay, good.
They
Because if
were
they
like-
were telling you to stay longer, then like, what are you guys doing?
Taking our
here?
time here, you know?
Mm.
No, I've nipped out to the shops during a comma. Once
Are these during your performances?
yeah, once I checked the oil in my car.
That seems practical.
You've only checked the oil in your car once? You should do that more
No,
often.
I do that.
what you've done there is you've taken a sentence incredibly literally. Rather than
Once.
listening to the context,
The
of the
context
wider
could have
discussion.
informed you
Yeah.
to know
I-
that this
I,
was on one occasion when she was reading and
Mm.
took a break for a comma. She
There
changed
were
her oil.
clues. And then
They were not in powder form, so they
Sprinkled-
just went
Yeah.
over my head.
These are metaphorical grammar powder.
I am better with kind of like empirical clues that I can find in the world rather than people using language to manipulate their intentions.
Mm.
You can't trust people.
Being a detective, of course, Bench is a gentleman sleuth who uses powders primarily to solve his mysteries.
Mhm.
Being a
Yep.
detective, you should, if you are totally thrown by grammar and words and people conveying things,
Hmm.
that presumably prevents a lot of your abilities as a detective.
I would say to the contrary because you can't trust people. People lie. People
But you
will
can
say,
trust powders.
You can trust, again, scientific empirical proof, and then people will say whatever they need to say to get out of a situation. You can't take that, at face value. You have to you have to kind of not put too much stock in that, and then once you have all the actual,
Do you
sort of
actually
hard
even
truth, you
take-
figure out what happened?
Do you even take statements from people, or do you just?
I do, but I kind of I'm like on my phone while they
You're
say
really
them.
dismissive, and you're ignoring them the
I'm
whole
just
time.
kind of like checked out. I'm kind of like yeah.
Okay.
I do the voice to text. I have them kind of. I have one phone that I have like a recorder that's recording their stuff, and then I transcribe it, and I'm just kind of like on TikTok or
Just doing your own thing,
just like
looking at those powders.
or like just like on getting my grocery order list ready for later.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't seem
conducive to solving crime.
Yeah, because you could be picking up a lot based on just like what that person is saying and how they're saying
reliable.
it. If they seem like they're trying to deceive you.
I assume they're lying. I assume they're all lying, and some of them are better at it, and some of them are worse at it.
You assume everyone is lying. Hopefully that does not
in an
extend
investigation
to the world at large.
I mean,
I would never lie to you, Bench.
I don't think that's true, but I don't.
I would never. You think me saying I would never lie to you is a lie?
I can't take that at face value. I want to believe you. I trust you. I have implicit trust in you as my dear, dear friend.
Okay,
as my best
but
friend,
you don't trust what I say?
Wow.
I trust your actions. Your empirical actions have proven that to be true.
They have proven what to be true?
That you would never lie to me.
Okay.
But I take that from your
But
actions.
me saying it means nothing to you.
It doesn't change what I already know.
Also, this is a bit, this is like a real high level conversation considering earlier you shut the door on Bench and then went, oh, I didn't see you there. Whereas I'm pretty sure you just didn't want to hold the door open anymore.
Hey, Bench, can you take your headphones off for a second?
Yeah.
I did see him.
I know.
I did see him when I shut the door.
You looked him directly in the eyes while you did it.
Yeah.
That was the interesting thing. Like you looked at him and you shut the door and then you went, oops, didn't see you there.
When we were in the break room, he poured some oat milk into his coffee and he didn't ask if I wanted milk.
Ah, so it's a bit of a revenge thing.
Yeah.
Petty revenge.
So I slammed that door on him.
Now, is that as a feud finished, or do you think there's more to go?
He's got more coming to him.
Oh, right. Okay. I just want to know. Yeah. Just so that I want to be in the middle of it. I don't want to be in the middle of the feud.
You inherently are in the middle of it.
I would rather not be in the middle, because just last time you two had a feud, it like...
Are you with me or against me?
I am absolutely 100% with you.
Okay, good.
Okay, 110%.
I'm going to rain down chaos upon the Bench.
I really want to get out.
Ask me for milk. If you put milk, ask me if you want milk.
I want to get out of here on time today, though. Like, I want to get out here on time.
What do you have to do?
Oh, I've got stuff to do.
By the way, do you see Bench is just staring at the wall obliviously?
Yeah, he's taking his headphones off. When the headphones come off, he just
switches off.
You switch off.
Yeah.
We are radio hosts. That's like inherently part of our personality.
Without the headphones, nothing's coming out.
Nothing comes
What
in.
are you doing
Nothing
after
goes
this?
out. I need to nip to the shops.
Okay.
Like, I have something to return.
What are you returning?
I bought a bunch of stuff from the Bench is still sitting there. I can't go in it. But like, I bought these really nice white jeans, but then they didn't fit me. They were in the sale.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
So did the person who sold them to you, did they tell you like these probably are a good fit for you?
No, I think it's because I had a bundle of stuff.
Got you.
I think I overwhelmed them with the amount I was purchasing at once.
Got you.
That they didn't give personal feedback.
They should have. No,
it would have been nice if they could have.
They should have recognized that.
Are you sure about these?
We should add them to the list of people that we need to take revenge on.
I don't need revenge. I just need a refund is fine.
Here's what I think we should do.
Okay.
You help me take revenge on Bench, and then after I will come with you and we will rain down chaos upon the people at this shop.
I don't know if any chaos. I just need like a refund to credit card. You know?
Is there a way to do that?
With chaos?
With chaos.
Oh my God, we can figure it out. Okay, fine. We'll figure it out.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Hey, Bench.
You're going to have to wave at him because he doesn't have headphones on, so he can't hear you.
Also clearly words mean nothing to him, so I guess empirical evidence and things he sees.
Yeah.
Hey, Bench. Wave. I'm waving and narrating the wave.
Hi.
He's back.
Yeah.
And Bench is back, and the light is back on behind his eyes.
Like the red light of a recording studio.
Indeed. Ooh. Oh, but if your eyes were red.
Rabies.
What a terrifying image. Rabies.
Is that
indeed.
rabies?
No.
I thought you got real bloodshot eyes or rabies.
No, you're thinking of being high.
I mean, that as well.
Are people with rabies, if people get high, do they have rabies?
No.
No, those two, but you could be high and have rabies at the same time, I think.
Ooh.
Like, I don't think
what
that
a
those are
manic
mutually
world
exclusive.
that would be.
Because like, you could get bitten by something whilst you were real high.
That'd be horrifying.
Would it? Would that be manic?
Yeah. Well, having rabies, I think that's the manic part.
And
then if you're high,
everyone's
then
like, drink this
presumably
water,
you're confused.
and you're like, no. And you
like, no, I hate water. And then then you foam at the mouth. Yeah.
Rabies is actually really scary.
Have you had rabies?
No, because you don't recover from rabies.
What do you mean you don't recover from rabies? You just have rabies forever?
Like if you get to serious rabies, you're done.
You done?
You're done.
Quote.
Because you become so fearful of water, you push water away.
Oh
Have you
my
never watched the
God.
videos of it? It's insane.
That's horrifying. No, I haven't watched it.
Oh,
It
it's
sounds
mental.
terrifying.
Yeah, it's crazy. Rabies. I have a friend who is a rabies expert. She's not asked to be a rabies expert. She just randomly knows a lot about rabies, and then
Are
talks
you trying
to
to
me
say
about
that you
rabies.
just have a friend that has rabies?
She doesn't have rabies because if she had rabies, she'd be done.
Really sounds like she has rabies.
She absolutely does not have rabies because if she had rabies, she'd be done.
So she's an unwitting rabies expert.
When
Yeah.
did you
Why
last
does
I
she
don't know if
speak
she's
to her?
unwitting as much as she was like, this is fascinating. I'm wittingly reading more about this.
When did you last speak to her?
By voice message like 2 days ago.
So how do you know that she doesn't have rabies and
Because
has died?
if she had rabies, I feel like it would have come up by now.
It
But
feels
if-
like it has. It feels like
She
rabies
talks-
has come up
Yeah,
a lot
but
in you talking
Yeah,
to
but
her.
she's not gone, I personally have experienced these symptoms. She's like, oh, did you know that there's a thing about rabies that if this happens and that
Again,
happens? And
this
you're like,
feels
this
like
is
being like,
fascinating.
oh, this thing happened to my friend. Yeah, do you hear about this? This feels like a classic. Someone's trying to bring up a thing without.
How does she
blowing
feel
their
about
spot.
water?
She's fine with it. She's real chill about water.
Is she chill
You know
about it?
what would be
Or is she like sort of just like pretending to be chill? She's like, oh, it's fine that you have it's fine that you have that water.
Do you know what
Just
would-
keep it away from me. No, it's fine. It's fine you have
cannot
it.
Trust
I don't
the
want it.
words people are saying. No one, not
should-
even yourself.
what we should look
Dirk.
into is whether milk is part of this.
Sorry, what was that?
What?
We should look in and see if milk is part of this. Because I know someone.
Elaborate on that.
Because if part of
Wait.
rabies is you don't want any milk, I know someone who could have rabies.
It's also milk.
Is
It's not
this-
just people not liking water. It's
We
also
should
people
look
not
into
liking
it.
milk.
We could look into it because there's someone here that's never touched a drop of milk.
It really feels like you're trying to pin rabies on me for some reason.
I'm not pinning rabies on you. I'm not saying you started it. You didn't start. Like, I'm not pinning rabies on you. I'm not saying like you personally started rabies. But we've never seen you drink milk.
Yeah.
That seems telling.
Is it?
Yes.
Of
Milk is ubiquitous in the world. Bench.
Is it?
If you don't drink milk or take an anti-milk stance, you must be opposed to it in some way,
I mean, that makes sense.
right?
If you don't want it, have it, you're opposed to it.
Yeah.
It does make
It's
sense.
so ubiquitous
I mean, that did
that-
make sense.
It's so ubiquitous that if
as
you
a
take a
sentence.
stance against it, that must be a pointed stance. That must be a willful, intentional choice to be anti-milk.
I mean, yeah, if you were anti something, I think it is a willful choice to be anti it in many ways. So again, what you're saying kind of makes sense,
Thank you.
I think.
I appreciate that. I think
Good to do business with you.
pleasure. And a deal is struck.
And there's just kind of, it's really impressive to see a real wordsmith at play
Mm.
Dirk was the wordsmith there.
constructing whatever fanciful narrative makes sense to their
Mhm.
lives and their stories, regardless of the hard,
Fanciful.
powdered truth of reality.
Look.
Mm. Big words from someone who doesn't trust words.
Yeah, I have to speak to
words.
communicate.
Mm. And then do you think you're a generous person in terms of your communication and your view of the world?
Do I think I'm a generous person in
yeah.
my communication and view of the
in
world?
sort of what you give.
I speak for a living, so to a certain extent, sure.
No, in terms of your view of the world, are you generous about people?
Sure.
Okay, are you generous with your oat milk in the morning?
In my,
Like in the break room,
In
if
like
you were
the tea?
like
having
pouring
tea?
something into
I have a little bit of it, sure.
yeah. So would
Never
you?
getting out of here.
And if your buddy was also had a cup of coffee or something, would you then offer it to them?
If they asked,
Why would they need? They're your friend, Bench. They're your friend.
but again, if they had asked, if I had known that they had that intent, if they showed in
Obviously.
their action a
Obviously,
desire
they're
to
gonna.
have that, then I would.
Oh, so you haven't noticed that they've had that every single day in their entire history with them?
No.
Wow. Wow.
You both are looking at me as if I have to decide the victor, but I need you both to remember that I am not the judge anymore. I was only doing that for a week. So I cannot settle this dispute.
I'm going to help you with this.
He's still got headphones
I'm
on.
going to help you with the shop person later.
He's got headphones on though. He can hear this.
I could hear the whole time, by the way. I took my headphones off. I'm in
What?
the same room with you guys.
Excuse me? You
We
could
are
hear that
somehow-
entire thing?
We are sitting next to each other.
Yeah, but you had your
Wow.
headphones off.
Yeah, but you were still speaking in a room.
Yeah, but you had your head. That's where the sound comes from.
Yeah,
is the
that's where the
No,
headphones.
the
sound
sound
lives.
comes from your mouth.
Yeah, into the
and then it
microphone
disappears
through the
No.
cables.
and it comes through the cables
Oh,
into
buddy.
your ears.
Let's do a little experiment. Take your headphones off right now.
Okay.
Just real quick. Can you still hear me?
See,
Oh,
no.
he went blank.
He's
he went
the lights
blank.
are off.
I think this is less of a he doesn't hear. I think this is more of a he just turns off when he is not on air.
You know, you do that as well, though, right?
What? No,
You did
I
that
live
like
a full life.
No, like 5 minutes ago when we got you to take your headphones off, you just started staring at the wall. I don't know if you're aware of this. I think you've gone into low power mode and it's not been, you haven't noticed it happen.
I don't think that's true. Let me try again.
Yeah,
okay,
sure.
let me just try.
So just for listeners, both of them have gone into low power mode. To be honest, it's actually quite nice for me because I would like to get out of here on time today. So if you just bear with me one moment, I'm just going to try and work out what the button is on the machine to take us to a break. Let me just move some things. See if I can reach it. Put the fader down. Press all. There we go. I'm going to go return some items and we'll catch you next time.
Good Morning Driftwood is executive produced and hosted by Zach Stewart, Laura Hotchkiss, and Daniel Kvoras. Engineered and produced by Zach Stewart. Music by Daniel Kvoras.